Umuaka, no, you're welcome. Aunty Ifeyinwa is delighted to be here again today with another story. Our story today is titled The Lizard Learns to Stop Boasting. Once upon a time, in a small village, nestled beside the whispering baobab trees of West Africa, lived a clever lizard, yes, a lizard named Kwaku. Kwaku was known throughout the village for his quick wit. He actually made people laugh. And even quicker tongue. He boasted a lot. He loved to tell stories, often embellishing them, that is, putting extra to his stories with fantastical details, much to the amusement of the villagers. They were amused because most of Kwaku's stories, you could easily tell what was factual and what was not. One day, the village elder, a woman named Nnoo Abena, called a meeting. You see, the dry season had been particularly harsh that year, and most of the villagers had their stores of food almost empty. She announced to the whole people and animals in the village, "We must send a messenger to the sky to ask for rain." Now, to go to the sky, it was not heard of that humans went to the sky. The animals were the ones who volunteered. There was the strong elephant, the swift cheetah, and even the soaring eagle. But Nnoo Abena, the village elder, shook her head. "This journey requires more than strength or speed," she said. "It requires wisdom and patience." Kwaku the lizard was nearby, perched on a rock. He cleared his throat. Nnoo Abena, he said, "I will go. My small size allows me to travel unseen, and my cleverness will help me get to the celestial paths without much trouble." Nnoo Abena, though initially skeptical, she was not sure. She wasn't sure that the lizard would be able to achieve this important journey. But she saw the determination in Kwaku's eyes. So she agreed. Kwaku was given a sacred calabash. A calabash is like a little bowl, a gift for the sky master. He was instructed to listen carefully to the master's answer and return swiftly, as quickly as possible. The next day, Kwaku set off, climbing the tallest Iroko tree, which, according to legend, touched the sky. Now he journeyed for many days, encountering mischievous spirits and navigating star-strewn rivers. Finally, he reached the celestial gates, where the great master of the sky resided. The great master, a being of immense light and wisdom, listened patiently as Kwaku presented the calabash, which was the gift, and delivered the villagers' message, which was also a plea for mercy. "Your people suffer," the master boomed, "and I hear their cries. Tell them this: patience is the seed of abundance. They must conserve what little they have. That is, they must manage what little they have and wait for the rains." He ended with this message: "The rains will come when the time is right." Children, are you learning from the story? Okay, Let's continue. Kwaku the lizard was overjoyed to hear the master say there will be rains. He thanked the master and began his journey back home. However, the journey back was long, and Kwaku, tired, though proud of his accomplishment that he had gone and delivered the important message from the villagers, as well as giving the calabash to the master in the sky, he began to feel impatient. He thought to himself, why should I rush back to the village? The villagers will be grateful no matter when I return. He felt to himself, after all, no one would know whether he had reached the sky or whether he was on his way back. At this point, he stopped to chat with a friendly monkey. He even stopped by a shimmering waterfall, admiring his reflection. He even took a nap under the shade of a giant mushroom. In fact, Kwaku was just enjoying himself at this point. He had completely forgotten the great master's message about patience. When Kwaku finally arrived back in the village, days later than expected, the villagers were desperate. They were unhappy. They were sad. They didn't know what to think. Remember, their food supply was going down fast, and there was no rain to help them with farming for new crops. Nana Abena, the village elder, rushed to meet Kwaku the lizard. What news do you bring? She asked, her voice trembling. Kwaku, the lizard, remembering the master's words, began to speak. But because he had been so careless and had forgotten the importance of the message, he became nervous. He was unsure of himself. Remember, everyone in the village had gathered round, waiting for him to speak. He started to deliver the message. The great master said, it's about the rain, it will come. Kwaku stammered, his head bobbing up and down nervously as he tried to recall the exact words of the master in the sky. He was so busy trying to remember that he forgot to pay attention to how he was speaking. Nana Abena and the villagers watched him, their hope hanging by a thread. They noticed how Kwaku's head bobbed up and down as he spoke. At this point, they didn't know what to believe. They interpreted his head movements as if he was agreeing with himself, unsure of the message. At this point, they thought that the great master of the sky was not going to send rain. They were upset. They were devastated. Kwaku, seeing their despair, felt ashamed. Remember, the message was one of hope. The great master had told him that they would get rains at the appointed time. He finally remembered the master's message, but it was too late. He had lost their trust. From that day on, Kwaku, the once boastful lizard, learned a valuable lesson. He learned that impatience and carelessness can have serious consequences. A consequence is something that happens after an action. So if we do things, whatever we do, there are consequences, which could be good or bad. He also learned that true wisdom lies in remembering and respecting important messages. Ever since, the lizard nods its head. Its head goes up and down. And this is a reminder to all lizards of Kwaku's mistake long time ago, and a symbol of the importance of patience, carefulness, and remembering messages. Children, have you learned from this story? Right. The moral of the story we can see here is about having patience, not to rush and be impatient. You need to be patient to avoid missing out on opportunities to do what is right, to do what is good. Words have power. It's important to be mindful of what we say and how we say it. If we deliver a message poorly, that is, if we do not show respect for those whom we are delivering messages to, it is possible that they will lose trust in us. It is possible that it can have unintended consequences. Finally, another lesson is humility. Kwaku was so boastful. He felt that he was the only one that had the cleverness, the strength, the wit to go to the sky. And then he became boastful. Boastful in a very bad way that caused a lot of problems because the villagers lost their trust in him and they were not sure what to expect. It is better to be humble and learn from our mistakes. This is where we come to the end of our story about Kwaku, the boastful lizard. Till we meet again in our next story, Aunty Ifeyinwa says, Udo dirigi, peace be with you.